Hey, welcome back. This is Chris from Barely Sober Studios, here to do another Barely Sober Jedi review of Star Wars Rebels Season 3, this time Episode 2, Holocrons of Fate. Alright guys, I thought this was a great episode, and I'm happy to see that so far, it's only been 2 episodes, but so far both episodes have been very heavy into Star Wars canon and some interesting things, and they haven't felt like filler yet. I'm sure that we probably will get a bunch of filler episodes, if anything based on Season 1 and Season 2 is to reference, but so far they're keeping the plot moving, keeping people like myself very interested, and hopefully they keep that up a little more in Season 3. So before I go further, I just want to say that there will be spoilers in this review. I'm not going to hold back at all, so if you haven't seen the episode yet, pause, go find it online, on demand, wherever you can get it. Watch the episode. I really recommend it, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, a Clone Wars fan, any of those things. Like, we're continuing this story, and I thought the ending was very interesting. So in this episode, it kind of just picks off right off the bat. Maul has already returned, and he's already taken the crew of the Ghost captive. And I really love Maul. I just want to state that again. Like, they took a character from the Phantom Menace who was just a really cool looking guy, but no personality, and that was fine. I mean, he was just like a symbol of evil in that movie, but they have fleshed him out throughout Clone Wars and now into Rebels, and he is like one of the coolest, most interesting characters with motives that we haven't really seen, and we get a little more into that now. So Maul's looking for the Sith holocron, but he also wants the Jedi holocron. So that sends Ezra and Kanan on a mission to go and retrieve the Sith holocron that they left with the Bendu last episode. So that was just like a nice little thing. I love seeing the Bendu again. I thought he was a real highlight of the first episode of the premiere, and once again, I mean, the voice acting, just the animation on him, very cool, very interesting. I love like the wide open shots of the giant Bendu looming over Kanan and Ezra. I thought that was just like awesome to see visually. I really appreciated that, and just the way the Bendu talks and the smoke coming out around him and whatnot, just really, really, really fascinating stuff. Anyway, so Kanan and Ezra go into this cave and they retrieve the Sith holocron, and it's a nice little moment where when Ezra learns to trust his master again, and Kanan's kind of like saying, you know, not everything needs to be so aggressive. Like, you can achieve things through peace without your lightsaber and through a calm mindset, and it really brought back, you know, memories of Yoda teaching Luke on Dagobah, and that's the sort of Jedi Master stuff that I fucking love. Like, that's the shit that like everyone should live by. You can learn real life lessons from watching this sort of stuff. I mean, how many of us grew up watching Empire Strikes Back and really taking the teachings of Yoda to heart and living our lives by that? I mean, there's just such great things to learn from this, and it's awesome to see Kanan really stepping into that Jedi Master, old wise sage-like role, which he really has. And it was cool to see Ezra kind of turn around and start to trust his master again. Anyway, they get the Sith holocron, they go back to the Ghost, they meet with Maul. Maul's just like a total dickhead. He tries to kill Kanan again, but at the end of the day, they merge. Ezra and Maul manage to merge the Sith holocron and the Jedi holocron, and they're each kind of looking for their own answers when they do this. So I guess it's left a little vague, but I mean, by combining these two forces, you can learn like pretty much any secret of the universe. So Ezra goes into it looking for how to defeat the Sith. We don't know what Maul goes into it looking for. He says he's a little vague, and it's kind of interesting. He says he's looking for hope. So then they start to both see some visions, and they come out of it, you know, Kanan and the rest of the Ghost crew, they save the day, whatever, and Maul escapes. But the most interesting part about this episode is I would say, even more so than what Ezra saw, which I'll get into that right now. I mean, he starts seeing the key to defeating the Sith in random images and places, he says, and he speaks the words twin suns. Anyone that's a big Star Wars fan knows that Twin Suns is referring to Tatooine because they have the twin suns. So, of course, I mean, he could be referring to Anakin as the key to destroy the Sith, or it could be Luke. We're not really sure, but the fact that he is like seeing this is really cool. And it kind of leads me to think that we're going to Tatooine on this show. The second reason is that that Maul leaves, saying the words "he's still alive," almost like jumping out of his pants in joy. He's still alive. So for me, I'm trying to think, who would Maul be excited for? There's only a couple of people that Maul is really connected to. One would be his brother, Savage, but Savage is definitely dead. So I doubt that's where they're going with that. I think Savage is definitely dead. He's not like gonna mysteriously be alive. There's Emperor Palpatine, but he already knows that Palpatine's alive. I mean, he'd have to be pretty stupid to not realize that. So I don't think that's the big revelation. It couldn't be like Darth Vader, Anakin. I mean, he already met them last season, so he knows Anakin is alive within the Darth Vader suit. So the one person would be Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I think that he saw Obi-Wan Kenobi alive on Tatooine, and he is excited because he was looking for revenge. This is what Maul is all about. He's about getting revenge at this point. He doesn't care about the dark side, the Sith, the Jedi. He is looking out to just get revenge and cap his life off with that. It seems to have been the only thing driving him forward. So now, I think he saw a vision of Obi-Wan alive on Tatooine, and he is rushing off to go to him. So, I don't know, guys. Let me know what you thought or what you read from that. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like this show is going to Tatooine, and it seems like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Maul might finally have their face-off. What's real interesting about that is that this show only takes place a few years before A New Hope, so this is old man Obi-Wan we're talking about, and I don't know, it's weird, you know? It's weird. I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know what this means for a future Obi-Wan movie down the line, if like that maybe, if they're trying to just, you know, solve all his loose plot thread storylines within Star Wars Rebels instead of a movie. I guess we'll find out, and hopefully we find out sooner than later. You know, I have a feeling this might be a couple episodes down the line, but we will see. Alright guys, that's it for my review. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I'll link those down below. And also on Instagram at Barely Sober News. You can watch our news and review segments to get all the latest buzz in Hollywood. Or our Walker Talk, where we talk about Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. We do Throne Talk for Game of Thrones. And of course, Barely Sober Jedi for any Star Wars related material. This has been Chris from Barely Sober Studios. Like and comment below.